Now we move on to chapter number 8, targeting, position, and brand strategies. And we are saying organizations need to decide on which markets and products they are going to be able to serve and to concentrate on. Target marketing is concerned with identifying a particular segment to serve. So that's why we are calling it targeting. So we are able to identify which area do we serve, which market do we serve. And then we are saying positioning is the act of creating a difference between the company's offer and that of competitors so that the product occupies a distinct and a meaningful competitive position. I'll take you back to our example on our telecom providers in Kenya. We have Safaricom, we have Airtel, and we have Telcom. And we have another one, maybe Equitel. So in terms of positioning, we can be able to say Safaricom has been able to do those things or those activities that have been able to position them as the best in the market in terms of communication and also in terms of mobile money transfer. And then we are saying targeting refers to identifying the market segment which the organization can serve best. So now a good marketer, a good person in terms of strategic planning, they need also to do targeting. And they need to identify which segment do we serve. Now we are saying to be effective, target the market segments should be. So these are characteristics of what we can call a very nice target or segment. Number one, it should be identifiable. By that we are saying it is distinct with common characteristics different from others. Then the second one, the second characteristic of an effective target or an effective market segment is sufficiency. So there should be sufficient number of customers with enough income. So you can imagine you serving a segment that it does not have sufficient customers, and that's why you see some organizations start and close, because yes, they may have done research, but in terms of the number of customers that are available, they are not very many. So hence, sufficiency of course is accompanied by profitability. The other one is stability. This is in terms of the demographic and psychological factors that are likely to grow over time. And then we have the fourth one is accessibility. A marketer must be able to reach the market segment in terms of communication. So are you able to reach your clients in terms of what media is available to be able to reach this client, and also accessibility in terms of you being able to avail the product to your clients. That's what we are calling distribution of the product. Targeting strategies include, so we can use a number of targeting strategies. The first one is mass marketing strategy or undifferentiated marketing. We are saying by using this particular strategy, we offer one product service concept to most of the market or across the market. So we look at one product, and by looking at this one product, it can be able to serve the entire market across the market. Of course, when we use this strategy, it goes beyond looking at what are our customers looking for, what do they like, and so on and so forth. And then we have single segment strategies, concentrating on single segment with the product service concept. So one segment at a time. So if we say we want to segment and target the youth, we can do that alone. Or we target the young children, or we target the elderly. That is what we call single segment strategy. And then we have multi-segment strategy or differentiated strategy. So develop different offers for different segments, e.g. So when we are talking about multi-segment strategy, we can have a company that is maybe developing clothes for men, women, children, all of them under one strategy, and it's still able to work. like when we go to the banks, we look at the banks have accounts for children, accounts, adult, salaried, business accounts, institutional accounts. So that is what we call multi-segment strategy. So it is you as a marketer or as a manager in an organization to decide which among these strategies is going to benefit me as an organization. And we are going to look at the factors to consider when entering a target. So we have the segment size and the growth potential. So is the size, the segment enough in terms of, when we look at the segment size, of course we are projecting in terms of the sales volume, how much can we be able to make. Then segment structural attractiveness, a segment may be of the right size and have enough growth characteristics, but they may not be profitable. So we are saying we look at the structural characteristics. So we look at in terms of the profitability, how can we be able to make enough profit for that particular segment. Then company objectives and resources. So remember we talked about having missions, objectives. So what are our objectives in terms of reaching out to a particular segment? And lastly, segment interrelationships or synergy. And we are saying segments should be interrelated in terms of cost, performance, technology. Remember, you will need all these things: technology, cost, effectiveness. So we need to look for the, if we, for example, we are doing the one that we are called differentiated, we need to look for a segment that is able to, that is like it's bringing a number of aspects into one that are going to be of the benefit of the organization. Then we look at ways of positioning a product. So we can position in terms of product features, e.g., or for example, low calorie content of some food. So maybe we are looking at the food industry. Somebody or a company can seek to provide food or consumables that have low calorie content. Maybe there are those that are looking for that kind of something to consume. Then we also position ourselves in terms of product benefits. I believe there's an area we have mentioned that again. So efficiency, durability. Then the third one is price quality relationships. Price should match quality. That is very, very critical for us as we position ourselves. You can see customers need to be able to relate the quality. If the price is high, they need to say, oh, but this is a product that is of high quality. Then associate product with a use application. And lastly, we can position ourselves in terms of user categories. User categories are the ones that you have just mentioned: heavy users, light users, medium users. It depends with the product. Then on the area of branding now, we seek to create a brand equity, and we are saying the main purpose of branding is to create distinctiveness of the product or service. Organizations seeking to have brand equity should seek to deliver value to customers. So everyone excuse me, is looking for a brand that will be recognized, a brand that is well known. So the areas of brand equity, brand management are quite critical as we do strategic marketing management. Now, when we talk about components of brand equity, we look at the first one, brand loyalty. We look at excuse me, brand awareness. We look at perceived quality. We look at brand associations and brand experience. So brand loyalty, we are saying it's the positive connection consumers derive from the use of a product. This is portrayed by repeat purchases. So when a customer practices brand loyalty, they will continually seek to use that particular product. Then we have brand awareness. We are saying it is the rate at which consumers are able to recognize the brand. When you are walking around, when you are driving your car, for example, Once another person is using a particular car, you are able to say, oh, that's a very nice Audi, that's a very nice Toyota, that's a very nice any other name of a car, because that does not come easy. The company must have invested in a lot in terms of creating awareness, so that we get to that point that the brand is recognized. Then the other one is perceived quality. This is what customers think of the overall superiority and quality of a product or service. So there is what we call perception. Customers have different ways they think about the product. If they see a product X, they can be able to say it's a good product or it's not a good product. Maybe it is just a thought that they have and they have never used the product. Then brand association is a connection of the customer's mind to the brand. So an association can provide a reason for customers to buy. So everyone wants to be associated with a product. Everyone wants to be told, oh, so and so employee X, by the way, is using an iPhone, or they are using a very nice Samsung mobile, or they are using a very nice car. Because we are saying customers go to the shop or they go to the company because they just like that association with the brand. And lastly, brand experience. So it's the impression that customers get from the usage of a particular product. So when you use a particular product for some time, you get to experience it, and then you get to relate it and love to use it because you have received a certain impression about that particular brand. So that's a very nice discussion on how we need to bring brand equity, association, experience, perceiving, and so on and so forth.